We're camping and exploring the Umpqua National Forest at Poole Creek Campground. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Kemp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Well, we are in the Umpqua National Forest in Oregon. We are just outside Crater Lake National Park, and we visited Crater Lake National Park yesterday. So if you want to check out that video, I'll put a link right up here where you can check that out. We are camping in Poole Creek Campground, which is a National Forest campground right on Lamolo Lake. I think that's how you say it, Lamolo. I'm not sure. That's what happens when you just read signs and you never hear anybody actually say it. You just guess its pronunciation. But this is a beautiful campground, and we're really enjoying our time here. We're going to be also doing a campground review video that I will put a link to as well. And this is going to be kind of a neat video in that not only are we going to show you kind of how we're camping here, but also we're going to go explore a couple of waterfalls today. So that's in the National Forest. So we had a great time yesterday at Crater Lake National Park. But unfortunately, most of the park is still closed. I'm recording this on June 21st. So I know that by the time this video gets released, it's going to be a lot later. But in mid-June, most of Crater Lake is still closed due to snow. So we saw what we could see yesterday at Crater Lake. And so today we're going to go explore some waterfalls. But let me show you our campsite. So I'm standing in the middle of our campsite, and it's pretty large. So you can see Delaney down there by the Kemp bus. We have an Alps Mountaineering Merrimack 6 that he's sleeping in. There's the cargo camper. We got Starlink on top here, and Starlink's working okay considering the tree cover. And then we've got this long campsite, decent vegetation to block sight lines. We got our Kodiak canvas there hidden in amongst the trees, and then that's a campsite behind us. And then as I keep turning, you might see another campsite through the trees there. But there's our picnic table. And here's our fire pit. So that's a 360-degree view of campsite 1 at Poole Creek. Pretty nice. It's not very level though. So you're gonna have to work if you're leveling a camper or you are trying to find a flat spot for a tent. It is a little bit of a challenge. So one of the things here, though, is the mosquitoes. Now, I don't know if this is all summer or just, mid-June, but the mosquitoes here are terrible. So one of the tricks of the trade that I use all the time is thermocells. And thermocells work great. I'm going to get my thermocells out and get them set up, and I'm going to show them to you. So, guys, if you're not familiar with thermocells, they look like this. This is the MR300. There are a couple different models of thermocells. I really like these because they're just handy. Basically, what they are is they have a little bottle of butane that screws in the bottom, and then they have a mat that's infused with bug repellent, I guess, and a little burner. And so this mat sits on a plate, and when the burner burns, the plate gets hot, and it releases the chemical out of the mat. So when you turn these things on, it takes a little while for them to warm up and release chemicals. So I always say start them about, start them, leave them outside for 15 minutes, and then go hang out where you want. Because if you just fire them up, you're going to be sitting in mosquitoes for about 15 minutes, which is what's happening to me right now. I'm getting eaten alive just standing here. But I basically love these things. And so they give you about a 10-foot radius of mosquito-free area. Now, they don't work great in the wind. If it's too windy, the wind's going to keep the mosquitoes away. But sometimes it's not windy enough to keep the mosquitoes away, but it is too windy for the thermocells. And so if your wind is constant, what you do is you set the thermocell upwind of where you're going to be so that it blows the chemical to where you are, right? So that's just a thing. But what I do is I carry 3 thermocells, including this really old one that I have that they don't even make this model anymore, but I love this thing. And it has a holster, which is sweet. I think they still make the holster, maybe not for this model, but I think they still make a holster. And so you can clip this to your belt and wear it when you're hiking and stuff if you're in areas. When I was a wildlife biologist and I was working in wetlands where the mosquitoes were really bad, I would often clip this to my pack and just run it. Because anytime I was stopping to do some work, it was, you know, keeping the mosquitoes away from me, you know, fairly okay. It works better if it's in a single spot for a long period of time, but a little bit of protection is better than none. So that's why I like it in the holster. Also, the holster has, you know, extra pockets so that you can carry an extra butane bottle or extra wafers. Now, each butane bottle burns for about 12 hours, and then each wafer or mat is good for about 4 hours. So you're going to burn 3 mats per bottle, right? So simple math. And then they sell refill kits, so you can get all kinds of refill kits. Guys, I'm going to put a link down below. It is an affiliate link, guys, so I do get a commission on the sale if you use my links to purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it's a great way to support Camp Outside. I'm going to put links down to all the stuff I recommend for Thermacells. And guys, if you are camping anywhere where there's mosquitoes, having Thermacells is awesome. So what I do is, because I'm trying to cover a large area, and like I said, they only give me a 10-foot radius, I put these things, I have 3 of them, and I put them about 10 feet apart in a triangle, right? And then that gives me a lot more coverage, you know, than just one. Now, granted, I run through mats 3 times as fast. I run through butane bottles 3 times as fast, but it gives me a lot more coverage. Another thing that you can do is set one up where you're cooking, like at your campsite kitchen, and then another one at your picnic table, if that's a different way, and then another one at the entrance to your tent, so that when you're getting in and out of your tent, you're not attracting mosquitoes into your tent. So what I like to do a lot of times is I'll go set one up at the entrance to my tent about 15 to 20 minutes before I'm going to go in there. I'm going to let it fill the area with its non-toxic chemical, by the way, to repel the mosquitoes, so that when I'm zipping and unzipping my tent, I'm not bringing all the mosquitoes in with me that are going to feed on me all night long as I've tried to sleep. So anyway, long story short, get yourself some Thermacells if you're camping, hiking, or fishing in mosquito-infested areas. It'll keep you from having to spray yourself all the time with DEET or OFF or any other mosquito repellent. You don't have to put that stuff on your skin. You can just run Thermacells. One of the awesome things about Umpqua National Forest is that it is beautiful. We're on Lamolo Lake. I'm at the boat ramp here at the campground. Check this out. Got a swim beach over there, which we might check out a little later today. A couple of islands. And then just beautiful views of the mountains. And the water is really clear. Makes me wish we brought pontoon fish here. That'd be a long way to trail that boat, though. So guys, one of the things I said earlier was we were going to go explore Umpqua National Forest and go check out some waterfalls. Our first stop is Clearwater Falls, and it is in the Clearwater Campground, or near the Clearwater Campground in Umpqua National Forest. And guys, it is beautiful here. I'm going to turn the camera around. This isn't even the falls yet. I just want to show you this creek. I'm not even sure the name of it. Hopefully there's going to be a sign, but check this out. Beautiful clear water. And then up in the distance there is the falls. Guys, Clearwater Falls is awesome. It's the Clearwater Creek. So, aptly named. We're gonna go find some more falls, but this one was pretty good. Here's a look at Clearwater Creek above the falls. Absolutely beautiful. And whoever has that campsite is super lucky. So I thought we were all set to go to our next falls, but Barb said, oh no, I gotta put my feet in the water. And if you know from watching our channel, everywhere we go, Barb has to put her feet in the water. Probably being a bad example for all those little kids, but hey, we're not their parents. So, all right, I think now we can go see what the next falls are. Guys, I should also say that it's the Clearwater River, not Clearwater Creek as I identified it before. Clearwater River, beautiful falls. Let's go on to the next one. All right, now we're at Whitehorse Falls, which is near Whitehorse Campground. And I don't think it's a very far walk to the falls. We can hear it. Let's go check it out. Has her feet in the water again. Okay guys, so that's it for Whitehorse Falls. It didn't say what creek this was on. I know it flows into the North Umpqua River, but my guess is it's Whitehorse Creek. I don't know. There's no sign. So on to the next one. Let's go see what else we can find. We're on our way up to Watson Falls, but we stopped just to see this nice little cascade down the mountain. Check it out. Barb is enjoying the view. So unlike a lot of the other falls we stopped and saw where you could just drive right up to it, this one you have to hike, and it's uphill seemingly the whole way, and it's pretty steep. We're gonna go and see what we can see. We came across another set of cascades just under Watson Falls. It's beautiful. And as we pan up, there it is, Watson Falls. Beautiful. I think Barb is tired. I know I am. Barb loves bridges. And she loves waterfalls, which is why I do this. Who am I kidding? I love waterfalls too. Beautiful. Wow. Guys, that's incredible. That's amazing. Wow. I'm tired, but that was well worth it. We can go a little bit farther, and I think we are, but I'm gonna rest here a minute. We're at the bench overlook right now. I highly recommend that if you hike up to the bench overlook. So guys, going up to the bench view is great, but if you do a rock scramble, you can get all the way up to the base of the falls, which we did, which you can see in the video. And you got to be real careful, but it was amazing. And then Barb went all the way up to the top view. I can't remember what it's called on the map, but it's the farthest up you can go. And so I'm going to add it right here. So that was Watson Falls. And guys, it is worth the hike, but it's moderately strenuous. So keep that in mind, depending on your health and mobility issues. Maybe you can do it, maybe you can't. Just keep that in mind. If not, you can enjoy it right here on Camp Outside. We're gonna go see what other falls we can find. So guys, we're down here in the parking lot, and it turns out you can actually see the falls from the parking lot. Check this out. If you stand in just the right place and you look between the trees, there they are. It's worth the hike, but man, is it up there. Okay guys, so our last waterfall of the day in Umpqua National Forest in Oregon is Steamboat Falls. Steamboat Falls is pretty cool because it has a fish ladder. Let's go check it out. There's the entrance to the fish ladder. And it goes up into that concrete structure and helps the fish come out the other side. All right, guys, so that's it for the waterfalls. 4 waterfalls today, all in Umpqua National Forest. Steamboat is in the campground, Steamboat Falls Campground. So it's hard to find, but if you stick with it, you'll find it. It's always good to have a map. No cell phone signal here, so don't count on downloading directions while you're on the go. So be prepared. But it's a pretty cool little waterfall. Enjoyed seeing it. Now it's time to go back to camp for a steak dinner tonight. A full day of waterfall hunting means big appetites. So we've got our camp potatoes on the cook stove right now. We're gonna grill some steaks. We're gonna make brownies, and then we're gonna make some muffins for tomorrow because we roll out to Nevada. We like to have muffins for breakfast, but I don't have time to cook it, so we're gonna bake them tonight. Let me show you the potatoes I got going on. So it's a pretty simple potatoes in foil packs with butter, onion, and onion soup mix. It's awesome. They make great potatoes. We call them camp potatoes. And I'm gonna put a link in the upper right-hand corner where you can check out our video on what's cooking camp potatoes. I made that video a long time ago, but it's still a good one. Highly recommend you guys make these when you're camping. It's easy and they're delicious. All right, guys, we got the steaks on now. Pat of butter underneath, Montreal steak seasoning. Time to grill them up. Well, guys, we got the brownies going for dessert, finishing up dinner. Then we got to make the muffins. We had a great time here. It's a bummer that Crater Lake wasn't completely open, but hey, I guess that's what happens when you come too early in the summer. But Umpqua National Forest more than makes up for Crater Lake being closed. Those waterfalls were awesome. And we didn't see all of them by any means, guys. There's a whole lot of them, and there's just so much land to explore up here. So if you're making a trip to Umpqua National Forest, I definitely recommend you stay in one of the campgrounds. This one at Lamola Lake is really nice. The only downside is it doesn't have running water in the restrooms, which might be important to you, might not. But all in all, we've had a great time. We'll finish up the video with the brownie presentation. All right, guys, there's the brownie. Had a little hard time getting it out of the mold this time, but it is still gooey and delicious. I'm gonna enjoy that. We've got the muffin baking now. So we've got in the Omni oven, one side blueberry, one side strawberry, which would be perfect for breakfast tomorrow. But right now it's all about dessert. Well, guys, it got dark on us last night, but the brownies were good and the muffins are excellent this morning. It is time for us to roll out to South Fork State Recreation Area in Nevada. So we've got about a 9-hour drive. We got to hit the road, but we really enjoyed our time here at Poole Creek Campground in Umpqua National Forest in Oregon. What an awesome place. So guys, if you have the opportunity to get out here and stay at Umpqua National Forest, I definitely like Lamola Lake, and those waterfalls were a killer. So guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. We exist to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. So if you have any questions about anything that you've seen in the video, drop something in the comments below, and we'd love to answer it. Also, you can connect with us on our other social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X, or our website at campoutside.com. This has been part of our 2024 summer trip. We've got a lot more coming still. We're about 3.5 weeks in, about 2.5 weeks to go. So hit that subscribe, give me a thumbs up on this video, and ring that little bell that notifies you when we release new videos so you don't miss a thing. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.